Isn't Tommy Shaw coming in?
Yeah, Tommy Shaw's coming in.
Well, he was in Damn Yankees with Ted Nugent.
That's right, he knows Ted.
We could probably ask him about what a tool Ted is at times. Boy, you are a whore.
Why not?
You are just an autograph whore.
I got a Styx CD to get Tommy Shaw to sign.
Why didn't you get the Mr. Roboto?
Because I want Dennis DeYoung to come in and act it out while we throw fucking tomatoes at him. Gotcha. I know. Fucking
Tomo.
Yeah.
Steve, our own Steve has a new show coming out. We're going to do it.
That's horrible.
Say it.
That's some of the worst music ever.
Won't. It is really. But, well, he's, going to be coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck him. Who gives a shit? If you listen to this, just stay in the hotel. Who cares? Steve has a new show coming out, our producer.
But Opie,
really?
they can't stop rocking.
Yeah, true. Jimmy has a Styx CD.
Who doesn't?
That he wants.
Let me think. Do I have a Styx CD at home?
But the first song I ever related to a girl was a Styx song, so I kind of have an affection for Styx.
What was it?
Babe. When I was in 6th grade.
Did they sing Lady?
Lady, no.
So, right? Wasn't it that?
Is that Kenny
Yeah,
Rogers?
Kenny Rogers. He's my lady.
No, that's a different one.
Styx did Lady. That's Styx.
Yeah,
They did.
What about Renegade?
You're right.
Let's go with Renegade, not Babe.
This is your song that you...
When I was in 6th grade.
Babe, I believe in.
I don't care what grade
I was
you were
a
in.
boy.
You want to sing it?
You were a little douche.
You want to sing it?
Babe, I believe
That's
it.
what it said on his backpack.
Where are you going?
Time is drawing near.
But it says I must be on my way. Where
Yeah.
are you going to tell this girl?
Gotta go to Valtrex.
But did this hold special meaning? Like, why would you play this for a girl? Or
I just used to pretend that I was kind of singing it to her.
yeah?
I was a boy.
Oh God, I just got chills.
Why? I was in
Not good
6th
ones
grade. I
either.
wanted to sing Babe to Jill. That was my 6th grade love.
Oh, I need your love.
Love!
Did he get her in the end?
No! She moved away.
Oh, baby, I'm leaving.
Yeah. So she didn't call me Babe. I had glasses with a Superman S on the side. She sang douche, I'm leaving.
And here's the big part, though. Oh,
It's a nice song.
Jimmy.
Yeah, but I'm weary.
Oh, feel like giving up.
I'll give it up.
It's you, babe.
Yeah, sure.
Did she give you the courage and the strength
Not
you
in particular. No, I was very insecure.
Were they considered cool? Styx?
need? You know something? At one point,
Doesn't sound so cool.
they
right
were what you considered a rock band.
now. Well, Renegade.
Yeah.
Too much time on my hands.
That's not
Tick,
rocking.
tick, 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 ticking away. That was a rock song
There was too much of that.
back in the day.
Blue Collar Man.
Yeah, see, this was like...
This is Renegade.
Come sail away. Mr. Roboto.
That's not cool.
Lawman. I don't know if you call the guy Lawman.
Lawman.
I remember this song when I used to work in
Yeah.
a warehouse.
Yeah.
All the burnouts would start getting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were renegades.
Screw up the packing list order.
Did they think they were renegades?
I don't know, but I was sitting there watching them bobbing their heads, and I was such a nerd. I was like, yeah, this must be.
And
what
here's
you're
where you
supposed to
air
listen to.
guitar. You start air guitaring. Yeah. And your head's bobbing. Yeah, great. On someone's dick.
It's a toe tapper.
Yeah.
I would still turn this up if it was on the satellite radio.
Yeah.
I would listen to this. Kevin from Connecticut. Eric has a song called Fat Scratch Fever.
We didn't say that already?
Did we say Fat?
I don't know.
I don't. We better have.
I'll listen to the replay.
I don't know if we did. If we did, oh well. All right, so Tommy Shaw's gonna come in.
This is a toe tapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Dennis DeYoung hate each other. I heard they broke up because Dennis wanted to act all the songs out on stage and everybody else just had it up to here with that shit.
The robot thing.
Yeah, they were like a riot already. This is not performance art.
And he was a musical theater guy.
I want to ask you about that.
You know the excuse he gave for leaving the band?
Who, Dennis or Tommy?
Is Dennis the one that is like afraid of light or?
That's right.
Or
Wait a minute.
what was
There
it?
was something going on
He was sensitive to light.
there. Very sensitive.
I swear to God.
What is that?
I don't know what it is.
Years of being under the stage lights.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Screwed them all up. So he stopped performing? Is that it?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. We could.
No,
ask
he's
him.
still doing gigs, though. But I think he is now. He's on solo.
Maybe he's not sensitive to light.
Maybe he's got just sunglasses.
Or maybe he's back in the closet. Because it's dark in the closet. That's what I was going for.
Yes.
Oh.
With mushrooms.
Hey, he's got a close relationship with his mom.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Can't Stop Rockin'. That's Tommy Shaw with Kevin Cronin. That's the new single, right, Tommy?
That's it.
We were just sitting here. We got Tommy Shaw from Styx in studio. Very, very cool. And we were talking music and bands and Freebird, Leonard Skinner getting back together in the late 80s. That's the dude that got it done right there.
It's Charlie Brusco.
Got it done.
He got her done. He got her done. Get her done. What's up, Tommy?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you. The first thing right off the bat, TommyShaw.com. That's your site. And then I see StyxWorld.com. Who has Styx.com?
I think somebody just got, how people just make they start just gathering up names. They got there first, and
you can't get it back from them?
They want some kind of a ransom for it.
Ransom, exactly. That's what it is, too.
And the thing is, Google screwed that whole thing up because you just Google Styx and there's Styx World. And,
oh, perfect. Okay, good.
God bless them. Good luck with the next guy.
You're much more you're nicer than I am because someone knows JimNorton.com, and every day I just hope they wake up finding they have cancer. I hate that.
With that huge laugh from Tommy Shaw, it also has to be brought to the table.
I was so annoyed at this.
And the fans are keeping track on the websites and stuff. Tommy Shaw recognized Jim Norton. Jim Norton.
Watch the DVD on the bus.
Yeah,
funny guy.
Yeah, that's what people do. They just enjoy themselves on the bus and they watch. It'd be awful if he said none of us could sleep. We put the DVD on and we all just passed out.
The bitterness was just fantastic.
Yeah, it is. You know what? What were you, 10 when you were in Styx? Jesus,
I just turned 22.
Did you really?
Yeah,
that was it.
Wow. That was it.
Yeah, because I was going to say you look like pretty much the same.
Well,
You know what helps? The hair. You didn't have to go with the bandana thing or anything like that. You're one of the lucky few that actually kept the hair.
I'm telling you, it wasn't for not worrying about it. We always used to joke, well, by the time we're 50, it's going to be the hat tour, and
yeah.
And I still reserve the right to put the headband and the bandana back on. It's like fuck it, I'm still gonna show up and play, but I got a funny looking head though. It's gonna be really shitty.
Is it misshapen?
It's like, you remember that cartoon Henry? When you were looking, it's like the big thing in the back and a big forehead, and it's just going to be awful. But I'm going to show up anyway. I go, there's that Tommy Shaw. Look at the fucking head on that
guy. You play with a few people over the years, too. Like, we were talking about Ted Nugent earlier. You played with him.
Yes.
And we've had him on the show a few times. Quite a unique personality on old Ted.
I love Ted Nugent. He and I, we have a lot of differences about us, but when it comes down just to the core values, we're brothers.
Yeah. Politically, you get into because believe me, don't get me wrong, I'm completely on Ted Nugent's side with most of his political stands. So.
Yeah. I've always been kind of I've never liked to alienate any of our audience. I was like,
good answer.
Everybody comes see the show.
Yeah.
And have it's like personal beliefs, religious beliefs, and all that sort of stuff. That's a personal thing, and I'm not going to argue anybody's right to believe that stuff. So,
you get more fans if you just don't talk politics.
Yeah, I truly believe what happened.
I truly believe that.
Then if you're not going to work with people because of that, you're limiting the guys who get to do that.
Nothing better than guys that get up on stage and go, "Yeah, man, the government, man." And you're like, "Oh, guys, play your song."
Yeah, really.
That's what trying to tell me what I should be doing and who I should be voting for.
That's like when Eddie Vedder came out and he put George Bush's head on a stick.
It's like, what the hell is that?
Can you just play?
Play Even Flow and shut up.
And think about it, even in our band, you know, we don't. It's like if somebody's, you know, the longer you're out on the road and you start introducing songs, next thing you know, you're telling a story. The other night we're playing somewhere and I'm introducing some song, and the music starts coming up. It's like the fucking Academy Awards. Like you're going too long. I'm like, what? I'm in the band. You don't. They like shushed me on stage.
You would cut off.
It was fooling yourself, you know. I was getting ready. All of a sudden, this synth music's coming up. Like, how long have I been talking?
Oh. Is this like what you pictured though when you said you're like 22 years old and you're in a huge band and everything? And is this kind of what you pictured getting older and still playing would be like?
No, I'm 55. I thought 55 was.
You're 55.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on with these guys lately? We had Maury Povich in. He's 70. He looked like he was maybe 62 tops.
Well,
you don't look 55 there, Tommy.
Well, thanks. I thank my mother. She's got the good genes.
Do you live a healthy life, or do you like do the complete opposite and just like all of a sudden here you are healthy?
I complete debauchery until about 20 years ago.
Oh, really? You figured it out, yeah.
Yeah, the whole behind the music kind of thing.
Yeah, the whole behind the music thing. You know, I screwed my hand up, putting it through a window in when was that, 83? You know, 5 tendons severed and all this shit, and I just took that. You know, they said, well, you got to take a month off right in the middle of the Roboto tour, and I was like, shit, I'm going to party now. And, so none of that stuff.
You didn't want to play Mr. Roboto?
Then I couldn't, I couldn't anymore, No, only.
That's why he put his hand through the window.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
I think it was the Quaaludes.
Did you like playing Mr. Roboto?
I didn't mind playing it. It was doing the acting part of it because I wanted to just play.
Right.
And
was that more Dennis's push to make it more of a musical theater type of thing as with you guys performing live?
Well, what that was just kind of the really pinnacle of us starting to go our different ways. And he created this great thing. And the worst thing about it was he had a band who didn't really feel like doing it. So when you're doing something like that, it really requires everybody pulling in the same direction. So that would have probably been better if he had gone on and just led it himself and had all of his own people doing it. So, it was, but that
So you
said,
guys were just sort of staring at him as he would go, okay, and 5, 6, 7, 8. And you were just sitting there going, dude, I just want to play my guitar here.
No, we were always a band. We would get behind something, even if we weren't 100. If it was something that was good. But at that point, we'd been traveling on the road for almost 8 years, and if we had been a little older and more mature, we would have gone, look, we need to take a break. Let's go. We can't miss each other if we don't ever leave, So we'd been it was like stuck in a room with each other for 8 years. But that's all hindsight. And the nice thing about it is, regardless of how we felt with all that, I still have people coming up to me and say, "You guys were my first concert, the Mr. Roboto tour, and I love you guys." So I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm sorry.
I just want to ask because we're on Dennis DeYoung. Did he really have a problem with light, like we saw on the TV? What was it, Behind the Music or whatever?
I don't know. We really haven't worked together since 1997, and I look at that as like if. That's the time between you starting the first grade and now you're starting college.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I'm going to be next week. So some of this stuff is, I start forgetting about
like
stuff.
What happened and things like that.
And plus, that's 12 years ago.
Now, before I was so rudely interrupted when I asked you earlier, Jimmy, so that's okay. Did you picture like this? At being 55 and still playing, what were your impressions early on of what you would be doing now, and as opposed to what you are doing now?
I don't know that I thought that far ahead.
Really?
But when I would see people 55 years old, they just seemed kind of crusty and, they just seemed like grown-ups, and that was, I'd probably be dead before I got to that point. So I wasn't really prepared for this. And it's really, now that I'm here, it's like, well, I've had a lot more experience, but I'm still kind of dressing the same and getting up and doing the same job. So I think that's probably what gives me such a not realistic view of the world is because I still do the same thing that I've always done. I haven't had to really adapt it too much.
And has it changed your music, though? Just kind of living life and...
Yeah, well, you always write what you know. You write what you're going through and that sort of thing. And I practice more than I used to.
Really?
Yeah, I never used to practice, because I was, I was having
a lot of other things to do.
I was busy doing other stuff.
I bet.
I got to jump in for a second. We got a big star on the line that wants to say hi to Tommy Shaw, for real. Jay Moore! Jay!
Hi, everybody.
We got Tommy Shaw in studio.
Hi, Jay.
I know. I'm such a huge Tommy Shaw fan. I love Styx, but we all know the real rock mind behind the band Styx, and that's that man sitting there right there. Hi, Tommy Shaw.
Good morning.
Good morning. I just want to say I think it's really great that you're going to be with me at the Wilbur Theater in Boston this Saturday.
Sweet.
Can you believe that is the cheesiest plug I've ever heard.
But you got to tip your cap to fucking Jay. Anyone that's going to be in Minneapolis this weekend, man, go see Jay Moore.
I said not Minneapolis, Boston.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're right. You guys are brutal.
Jimmy, I help you, you help me.
Fair enough. Wilbur Theater this Saturday. Jay Moore.
We got to sell tickets for the Wilbur Theater. You don't want Bill Blumenreich to have anything over your head. Jeez Louise.
Damn. And it shows you what I know.
Spade out of there.
Oh, thank you for the call.
That was a
Jay.
plug. Jay's wanted to call.
He just called to plug his Wilbur
And
Theater show.
and he's telling me I'm going to be there. I'm going, yeah, okay, I'm there.
Tommy don't know.
That would be funny.
The bus and get off when they tell me to.
If a bunch of Styx and damn Yankees fans believed it and showed up and then just threw fucking rocks at Jay and fucking set the place on fire and he got sued. How great would that be?
Well, yeah, damn Yankees was that you come out of Styx, and you go into that pretty different direction as far as musically goes. A lot more hard rock.
Yeah. Well, my whole career, I've always just kind of faked my way into the next thing. And when I joined Styx, I'd been in a soul band. I was in an 8-piece horn band. And we played a little bit like some Uriah Heep, but in like CTA stuff, but it really wasn't like a hard rock band. And Styx was a progressive rock band,
right? Yeah.
And so, but I was able to sing and hit the parts, and I looked the part, and I actually was a songwriter and lead singer and lead guitar player, so I was qualified for that gig, and I was like. They gave me all the albums. I went home and learned a set and kind of went out and just started, okay, I've still got the job, And
then how did like Damn Yankees come about? I mean, you got...
I went to my manager at the time, and I had it wasn't the high point of my of figuring out life and behaving like a responsible person. And that, so I made some solo albums, but I realized that you shouldn't do a lot of blow and drink heavily when you're in the creative process.
Sounds good to you at the time, right?
It has a sort
kicking
of
ass.
dire effect on the quality of your performances. But I was used to being in a band the whole time, so I was kind of lost in those early days trying to make solo records. And I went to my manager and said, I want to be in a band again. And he called our friend John Kolodner, and it just so happened Ted's manager Doug Banker was in Kolodner's office that day, and we were all kind of thinking, we wanted to do something different. And John said, what about you and Ted Nugent? And Ted and I had just seen each other. We were down at a conference in Miami where the heads of some of the major labels were showing, they're talking about making this DAT player into something portable. They'll never do that. And we're sitting back there going, jackass. We're laughing at these guys. And so we had just seen each other. And I was like, well, I would have never thought of that, but sure. So Ted came to New York. Michael Cardelloni was already in the solo band that I was in at the time, and so Ted just kind of came in and we started jamming, and we actually sat down and wrote the song "Come Again," and Ted wrote the lyrics to that song.
Really?
Do you remember that song? I was a loner cruising with the wind. I wasn't looking when you pulled me in. You like I always did. You knew damn well I'd come again. Really, like, nice, sweet lyrics. And I'm going, and Ted he was in love, and he was like, he was courting this beautiful woman. But we saw this side of Ted, that not only was he was Ted Nugent, but he also had this kind of sensitive side to him. And
he actually wrote those lyrics to a shotgun.
He did have a gun on him at the time. We discovered that too. But we started working like that, and it just came together. And within a couple of weeks, Jack Blades also called John Colodder and said, I want to be in a band. I want to rock. And so Jack showed up on my doorstep, and this all happened so quickly. And at the time, we'd been trying to get Styx back together, but we were such a slow-moving, burgeoning organization that it was like trying to get something done in a big corporation. You'd have to get meetings, and people would have to fly in, and it was taking years to try and just get back together. Damn Yankees was 2-3 phone calls. You want to do it? Yeah, okay. There's our, it was settled.
Do you ever look and think, wow, this has success written all over it? Because I mean, you guys had some hits with the Damn Yankees. Did you think it would just be kind of, all right, we're all in a band now, let's go out, kick it around, have some fun, or did you really think, all right, I think we got something here where we can get some hits?
We wrote all this music. Jack came in my house, and he was downstairs doing laundry, and I heard him down there going, I don't want to hear about it anymore. And I'm like, all right, what's the next line? And so I went over to the piano, and I went, can you take me high enough to fly me over? And I said, Jack, come on back upstairs.
Drop the laundry.
We wrote high enough. And
let's try to make some money
10
here.
minutes, and the music just started flowing like that. So we're thinking, this is going to be great. So we made some demos. Colodner said he's going to put us in the hit factory, and he put us over this place over in Hell's Kitchen that we're looking out the window, and you can see down in the railroad tracks, people are down there shooting heroin and stuff. And so it wasn't we call it the shit factory. But we did all our demos there, and it was all, Bad Reputation, all the songs that were on the first Damn Yankees album. We started playing it for record company guys, and the head of major labels would come over there, and we're playing this stuff live. One in particular who knows who he is, and he's still successful, but we finished one of the songs. It might have been Coming of Age or something like that, and he's over there looking at his watch, and he says, man, I got to run. Do you guys want to hear the new Stones single? And we're like, sure, man,
thanks.
Fine, whatever. But it wasn't until that Michael Austin at Warner Brothers heard it. He signed us up, believed in us, got Ron Nevison to produce it. Then it started feeling like it was going to be a success.
Yeah.
But we still had to pay some dues.
How great is it that asshat has to know that he passed? There's nothing better than that than just to succeed. Some guy with the reputations of the people that were there. I could see if it was just 4 unknowns. But, I mean, you guys sitting there, and for this guy to still be a pompous idiot about it, it's like, good, fuck him.
Shit happens. It put us with the right guy. If he had said, I'll sign you guys to see what will happen, you may never have heard of that. Yeah.
Hey,
it turns out Michael Austin was behind us the whole way.
Anthony, wasn't one of your wedding songs a Damn Yankees song?
Let me think. Wow, I think it might have been.
A lot of listeners saying, wasn't Ann's wedding song a Damn Yankees song?
Yeah.
That marriage didn't work out.
I hope you guys in the band got along better than me and the old wife did.
Wait, that was that. Wait, you guys wrote Taps?
we got obviously Tommy Shaw in studio. He's got a guitar. You want to really sing something for
hell
us?
Yeah.
Instead of a little piece?
Let me try.
Sounds amazing.
What do you got for us today, Tommy? It's really up to you.
What do you want?
Well, of course we'd go with Renegade or something, but I don't know.
What was that first? Because I'm not as familiar with Damn Yankees as I am with
High
Styx.
Enough.
What was the first one you started?
Yeah, the
singing?
first one you were playing. You could play that one all the way through.
Which one was that?
You said
one that Ted wrote.
The sensitive ones.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Voice really sounds good, man.
Let's start the second verse. Now I'm falling where I've never been. My resistance is the highest one I've ever sung. Wearing thin. Somewhere in the distance, like a long lost friend. Oh, yeah.
so long since I've seen you go. Well, I've been around the world. Every room is an empty space. In the darkness, I see your face. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When I finally get my hands on you, tell you what I'm gonna do. Strip it down, lay it down, make love to you till the morning comes around. I wasn't looking when you pulled me in. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Lord, here I come again. Come again. Come again. Come again. I wasn't looking when you put me in. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Lord, here I come again.
You gotta be kidding me. Shit. Something like that. What are you? You nailed it. Tommy Shaw.
I know we picked like, woo!
I know,
Yeah, 9:30 in the morning.
That's fucking, you know something? That sounds fantastic, man.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
But it's fun. It's fun to watch a performer because, like, as you're going through it, I'm like watching you go, like, what the fuck was that next verse? Just kind of grabbing for it, and it's like a lot of guys don't want to sing this early in the morning. You sound great, dude.
is
Just great.
really
Unbelievable.
cool.
Everybody's requesting Styx songs. I mean, everything from Crystal Ball to Renegade and everything in between.
Well, Kevin and I came up with it because Kevin Cronin and I were in town promoting the tour, and we went. We had a Broadway debut the other night. Kevin Cronin and I actually performed on Broadway the other night in the curtain call for Rock of Ages. But as we're doing this, we're thinking, you know, we're doing TV shows and they want bumpers and stuff. So we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do? So we came up with almost like a bluegrass version of Renegade, because Renegade's hard to. It's this orchestral song. If I can do it. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Long man is putting ends to my running, and I don't have very long. Oh, mama, I can hear you crying. You're so scared and all alone. Hangman is coming down from the gallows, and I don't have very long. The jig is up, don't lose it out. They finally found me. The renegade who had it made a tree for a bounty. Now I'm going to go astray. This will be the end of the day when I want a man. Something like that.
Oh my God! What else can we do? What else can we do?
Sounds great,
I'm
man.
having fun. Tommy Shaw on tour all summer with Styx and REO Speedwagon and 38 Special.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, you guys, okay, you are going out with, and you're going to be here in the area, too. I was asking, when are you going to be in PNC?
June 24th.
June 24th,
I
okay.
know.
And all tickets you can get at Ticketmaster, or, of course, there's TommyShaw.com. These shows will obviously sell out. But
You guys are one of those bands that were just all over MTV right after its inception and stuff.
Yeah, Too Much Time was played during the first hour of MTV.
Oh, really?
It was, and that one was just played a lot, but it was one of those you just sit and watch and stuff and look at your funny faces.
Oh, I know. Those videos.
The videos.
You know, and we were kind of scot-free, and then comes along YouTube, and now
they're all back.
They're all back.
After a while, it was like, no one could see these now anymore. Good, they're tucked away.
I know. Oh, the bangs, you know. And
oh, come on. That shit.
It seemed right at the time, though, Tommy.
Total,
come on.
totally brings me right back when I watched that shit. Though
I thought I was so cool back then.
You were back then with the shit, man. You know?
Tommy, you were always cool.
That was what you wanted to do back then. That was like how you...
Never do drugs and cut your own hair. Don't. No matter how good an idea it seems.
No one looks back and thinks that. I think they call it with everyone. It's called the asshole infinity syndrome. It's like whenever you look back, you're like, "What an asshole I was," but now I'm okay. And then 5 years from now, you
look back and think
I'm an asshole now. Yeah.
I know. When we first got the band back together in Styx, we thought, "Hey, look how much cooler we look now." I look back 10 years ago, we're like, "What were we thinking?"
Again, what were we
thinking? So like, today? I'm going to look back to these jeans and a t-shirt. What a stupid idea this was.
You can't really lose with jeans and a t-shirt, though. You know?
Well, that's the genius of Malcolm Young. Never looks out of style.
Yeah, it's true.
How long has Styx been back together?
Well, it's on the 24th of this month. It was 10 years since Lawrence Gowan joined the band, and that's when
God.
I know. Can you believe this?
And he sounds a lot like Dennis.
Well, he doesn't really when you start A-Bing them, but he's got his voice sounds so good in that register that if you're not just playing things side by side,
right?
It really does justice to the songs, and in the past 10 years he's really made them his own.
Is there like real bitterness between you guys, or have you just did you grow apart artistically, or do you really like this is probably somebody I'll never work with again?
I never say never to anything, but really the whole time that we were in a band together, we never really hung out. I think Dennis came to my house one time the whole time we were in the band. And it wasn't that we weren't friends, it was just that we saw each other enough on the road, and he lived in Chicago and I lived in Michigan, and when we were doing that, there wasn't this appetite in the media for all this intrigue and what's going on and any kind of so you never knew anything about what was going on with Styx. We could have these horrendous arguments. And if you ever see this video of a song called "Sing for the Day," we look like the sweetest bunch of little American guys. We had just had this. We were ready to kill each other's argument. Okay, guys, here we go. And beep, beep, beep. There goes the playback thing. And we're like, looking at each other and smiling. And my wife says, "You guys look like you're about ready to have sex with each other or something." I said, "No, it's just because we're so pissed off." It was like, "I ain't showing it. You're going to show it." Nope. And no one ever knew that we just had differences of opinions on stuff. And it made a good behind the music, because at the time had everybody just kind of separated, and we were still trying to figure, when you, it's like a divorce. Okay, you can move away and everything, but wait a minute, I bought that couch. That's my couch. I want that fucking couch. And then after a while, I am getting the couch. Okay, but I'll give you some money. You can get a new couch.
So you're happy to where band's at now? Like you're happier?
I think everybody's happier. Dennis he's such a great creative force, and he's single-minded in his what he wants to do, and a lot of that really led to the success of the band. And I was just kind of a kid when I grew up in Styx, and but there came a day where his likes went more towards the theatrical stuff, and ours were still kind of the progressive band that we'd always been. So.
What was a piece of the theatrical, or what was something that would happen on stage? Because I never saw that stage show, but I remember hearing about it. It's like it was people talked about the strain it had put on the band. What was some of that?
Well, like you said, they had to start performing and doing the robot and all this.
But is that what you would do? I don't like. What did he conceptualize?
It got very. I've seen Styx a million times. They got very theatrical, and he just wanted to kind of just be in a band.
Yeah, and
that was the separation.
That really should have been a theatrical performance, but our whole way of doing things was to route a tour, go out and play arenas, and then try and play as many, play some stadiums and things like that. But that really belonged in a theater. And we came to New York. We played. What's the name of that theater? The City Center. And trouble is, the momentum of the band and the way things normally do, you gear up and you do all this stuff. So we're bringing in all the truckloads of stuff, and you can only put about maybe 1,500 people in that place. So it started just snowballing the expense of the whole thing, and we didn't have any sponsors or anything. So we're just all writing checks for this thing that we didn't really want to do. And so all those things, after 8 years, and we had a new management company. Our old manager knew how to get in between us and solve those things, and we could go yell at him and go, "This guy, I fucking hate him," and he would, the other guy would say, "I hate that motherfucker too," but we would never say it to each other.
Right.
We had new management, so we had no one in between us, and so all these things really came. It just you started crumbling the foundation of the band, and like I said, we really should have taken time off.
How is Nugent to collaborate with? Because he seems like when you interview him, Ted's a very headstrong guy. He seems like, but is he a fun guy to like to collaborate with and like to sit down and bounce it? Like, I don't like that line. Maybe you'll try this line.
Ted. What I love about Ted is he will come in and he'll throw everything he's got down on the table first in the first 10 minutes, and he can basically leave. And you can take what he has put down right there, and you can work entire songs around it. And he's got a short attention span. He's like this guy. He gets more done in one day than most people get done in a month.
Yeah.
So once you figure that out with Ted, you don't expect him to be around for the whole thing. And so, like with High Enough, Jack and I wrote this thing, but we were in my apartment here in New York, and all I had was a keyboard and a little, thing to record it on. So it was fucking keyboards, which Nugent, he uses keyboards for target practice. Serious. He does. Yeah, he blows up keyboards.
He's not a keyboard fan?
No.
I know. It's funny.
Yeah.
So here we are. We made this demo with a drum machine and a keyboard. That's all I had, that I could record. I didn't have microphones in the place. But it was high enough. And we're thinking, shit, this sounds good. But it's got keyboards in it. So what are we going to do? So we're taking it back to the where we were rehearsing and playing it for the crew, and they're going, shit, this sounds good. What are we going to do? It's got keyboards. And then Nugent happened to walk in and overhear it, and said, well, all this thing needs is it gets his guitar on with it, turns it up all the way, and puts all the Nugent on it. Was like, and he was right. But that was Ted's contribution to High Enough, was that he put the Ted Nugent stamp on it.
So he didn't complain about the keyboards being in it.
There weren't any. We took the keyboards out.
Oh, you took them out?
Yeah, that was just the demo.
Oh, okay.
Replace it with Ted.
Yeah, and then it just worked. People are requesting "Fooling Yourself." Can you give us a taste of "Fooling Yourself"?
Yeah.
It's made for the acoustic guitar, I think.
Fooling Yourself.
Young man, I can tell you got it all at the palm of your hands. Your hands are wet with sweat, and your head needs a rest. And you're fooling yourself if you don't believe. You're kidding yourself if you don't believe it. Why must you be such an angry young man when your future is quite right to me? How can there be such a sinister plan that could hide such a lamb, such a caring young man? And you're fooling yourself, you don't believe it. You're killing yourself if you don't believe it. Yeah, I'll get back on your feet. You're the one they can be, and you know it. Yeah, come on. Let's see what you got. I'll just take your best shot and go away.
Wow. Tommy Shaw, "Fooling Yourself." We got the coolest jobs. Just sitting here watching him play that for us. That's amazing.
Hey, you're right. This is kind of a fucking fun gig. You get to watch a show from like 3 feet away.
I know, you forget sometimes.
Why quarter in?
I was literally thinking that like halfway through. Like,
Why do we bitch ever? Why? Why do we bitch?
So cool, man.
And they said that you don't like playing Babe, and that's fine. You know, but I remember the first song I was telling them before, and I really got a fucking beating for it, was that the first song I ever had associated with a girl was Babe, and then here's one of the guys in the band fucking singing.
Hey, look, I wrote the solo part to that song. We played it one time, and it just does. That's a personal song that Dennis wrote for his wife.
Yeah.
He asked us not to play it. He asked me, because there were a couple of times where we kind of took the piss out of it, in Chicago, and one time in particular, damn Yankees played there, and we're all full of ourselves, and there's still a little bit of rivalry going on back then, and so we're at the World Theater, I think, and we did this thing where I come out, in the middle of the damn Yankee set, instead of playing Come Again, I go, I always wanted to play this song, so I started playing Babe. And Nugent's kind of hovering over me like, and he said, he taps me on the shoulder. He said, look, your guitar's a little bit out of tune. Let me just check it out for you. And he takes my guitar off and smashes it into a million pieces and throws it out in the audience. Well, Dennis's daughter was in the audience, and she came back and said that was kind of shit. That wasn't cool.
What did you think when you saw her face when she came back? We all go, boy.
You do shit.
Oh, we in Chicago?
You think you're really funny, and after you think about it, it was like, that wasn't that funny.
Hi, I was just thinking of your dad.
What did you
thought he was in St. Louis?
we ran into each other in an elevator in Syracuse, New York, and we kind of worked that all out. And I said, I won't do that anymore.
Yeah,
what did you ever see Cartman's rendition of "Come Sail Away"? And
that was fantastic.
Yeah, did you think that was hysterical?
Well, we had Todd, our drummer, had brought us like a third or fourth generation videotape of the first episode of South Park, where it was Santa and Jesus.
Oh yeah, we all got that. Classic.
So we were on with South Park from the very beginning, when it was just underground like that. So when we were like spoofed on South, that was like, think about it,
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That was very cool. And like in Jack Blade's son James, who was I think he was in college at the time. He'd never even heard "Come Sail Away" before, and he was like, That's your guy's song? So it helps. Anytime something new like that comes along and introduces a whole new generation to your music, you gotta love it. Thank your lucky stars.
What do you think of bands going on way past the original members leaving the band? Because we talk about that from time to time.
It really depends on. You got to judge it band by band. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, like
yeah, sure.
You got Journey, the new singer for Journey, sounds exactly like Steve Perry, but
to
I
the
think
point
that
where
it becomes a tribute band.
Except you got the rest of the band.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that those guys eventually retire, move on, and then the new guy from Journey, all of a sudden you got a hit. So then, you know what I mean? The popularity stays up as you guys decide to move on.
Yeah,
it's almost like a franchise in the end. Like you could be sitting home.
Well, and Journey is a unique thing. Their song list is so good, and it's like part of my DNA. It's like, to have Journey continuing on, especially with a guy who's that good of a singer that he's inspired the band to play better. And he sings those songs like Steve Perry at his peak, and it's so good. It's like, well, okay, I know, it's like, I know you're not my old girlfriend, but you look just like her. So,
you look like her, you look like a younger version of her, you fuck better than her, and you ask for less money than her.
So let's go! I just, it's what is that, the disbelief thing, like when you're watching a movie, yeah, so with Journey, I'm so glad they're still out there playing those songs. Because you want to hear those songs again.
Oh, the places are packed. I mean,
I think the biggest thing is the lead singer. The lead singer, the worst is when you go to see a band. I don't mind if you everybody gets older, but when you go and the dude can't sing anymore, and the high notes, and they just stick the mic out to the crowd, or they just cut it off really quick, or they just say it instead of singing it.
Or
that's
they got like
worst.
a line of backup singers doing it.
Yeah, that's
the high part of something. Yeah. I guess that's taking care of yourself. Partly just age or something. I mean, you sound fantastic.
Well,
I mean, you still obviously have the pipes there, which is great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sometimes you look at it like I say 57 Chevy. If you want to see the 57 Chevy that's been redone from the ground up, it's with the new paint job on it, or you want the one that's been sitting out in the, sometimes it's the one that's sitting out in the field and it's just not, won't start. You know, it's all original.
Yeah.
But
it's not quite
rusted out behind a barn.
But then you got sometimes the all original one that somebody's taken really good care of.
Yeah.
Know? So it's all band by band. You gotta.
Yeah.
We're heading toward a break, but is there anything else you want to play for us, Tommy, before we hit that break? Or I mean, you've done a great job.
Is there something new that you have, like that you're promoting?
Yeah, I don't know where you want us to go with
well,
this.
We got the. Kevin and I wrote this. Kevin Cronin and I wrote this "Can't Stop Rockin'" song.
New single to promote the tour.
Yeah.
With REO Speedwagon Styx.
And everybody in both bands played on it. I sing the first verse. Kevin sings the second. I'll sing the first verse.
Hey now, brother, I can see it in your face. You don't understand how you got into this place. Big shots taking handouts. Well, guess who paid? Now they're telling us to change our ways. So you tighten your belt and dirty your hands. Wake up your bling up. Let me tune my guitar up. So you tighten your belt and dirty your hands. Wake up your boots and make a stand. Raise your fist and be a man. Put the pedal to the metal for the promised land. This house is shaking. Nobody's knocking.
Like that.
Tommy Shaw.
I tried that by myself.
Very good.
That was great, man. Thank you. Fucking fantastic. And again, TommyShaw.com and also Ticketmaster.com for tickets for REO Speedwagon, Styx, and 38 Special. They start May 13th and they're going through July 11th. They're around here June 24th.
June 24th at PNC. If you're a Rock Band, if you play Rock Band, the video game, this song is available as a download on Rock Band.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Rock Band's a sponsor for our tour.
That's a good sponsor to have.
Yeah, that game might take off.
Yeah, that might have some
It's got some potential.
Oh, you know what? You know, I'll tell you something interesting is we hadn't been on any of those, and I'd licensed Renegade a couple of years ago, and I'm wondering why is it never on there? Well, I didn't realize it, but you have to have your original masters because they split it apart so you can turn up the drums and turn up the lead vocals. So when we got the sponsorship with Rock Band, we do this new song, we want 3 of your old songs, and so. Like, okay, so let's get the original masters. Well, we can't find them. Nobody knows where they are.
They're just out there somewhere.
They're in somebody's basement or somewhere. So we're about to have a Rock Band sponsor the tour. We got nothing on it. So we went and re-recorded 3 of the songs.
Wow.
That sound just like the original masters. When you hear them on there, they're brand new recordings of that.
Oh,
where the hell did those will pop up someday and be like, hey, look what I found.
Oh, someone's attic. Them.
Yeah.
we thought we had a line on them. The lady whose husband owned the studio where the stuff was recorded, she said, I've got a bunch of stuff in the basement. Not only yours, but a whole bunch of other bands' stuff.
Holy
been in it for 30 years, and she. But before she gave the stuff up, she said, I really need to be paid for the storage of this stuff for 30 years. And so, trying to get a corporation to do that, they finally figured it out, like the day before a few days before the deadline, and our stuff wasn't in there. So
you guys paid her storage, and it wasn't even in there?
No, Universal had to work out a deal with her.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of stuff back, but it wasn't in it.
All right.
Sean Cassidy.
Yeah. William Shatner's original solo work.
Awful stuff.
Oh, yeah, the worst stuff ever.
Let's get Tommy Shaw out of here. That was great,
Thanks
Tommy.
so much,
Thanks
man,
for
playing,
having me,
too.
guys.
We'd love to have you come
thanks,
back and play some more for us. Absolutely. Opie and Anthony. I just want to say before we start talking to Colin Quinn, how great was Tommy Shaw?
Phenomenal.
Motherfucker.
Really good, man.
And by the way,
an asshole.
why were you feeling like an
Because
asshole?
I've done nothing but trash that band forever, and then he comes on and he's fucking awesome.
I got to say, I was a big Styx fan growing up. I forgot.
I know. You know what? It was actually I like the earlier stuff.
Absolutely, the earlier stuff.
It's more like that later stuff.
It was Mr. Roboto was a good song for a guilty pleasure, like a goof. I hate to say that, but too much time. But too much time on my hands is when the band lost me with all that.
That lady, babe, all that. I couldn't stand it. So then I felt like an asshole.
Yeah, but you got to go a little deeper, like Castles. What was that Castle song? Castles and.
Castles in the sands.
Believe me, I wanted to say that, but I was afraid it would be wrong.
It's right. Castles.
Castles in the sky.
Castles.
It's only finite amount of places they have castles.
Castles in Scotland.
That guy he was great.
He was great. That's what we're getting at. I'm trying to throw some Styx knowledge. Who gives a shit, even if I had it?
He was just telling me some vocal tricks about
what?
Just about like your voice and
me.
He said that you had to warm up.
Sounds really fucking good, man.
Yeah.
At this hour, to be able to pull that off, guy was hitting those high notes. He had some nice like rasp to his voice too and shit when he wanted
cool.
to.
And
he was a good interview.
And I told Ed, why didn't we think about that years ago, where you get these guys just to play a piece of a song? Because then you get a lot more songs out of it.
Yeah, you get like a verse and then a chorus, another verse, and then you're done.
Usually a lecture like that comes in, they play an old classic and then their new song, and that's it. We got 4 or 5 songs out of them.
Yeah, it's great. Say to everybody that comes in, hey, do your fucking greatest hits for us.
Yeah, come on. Montage of your hits. Go.
By the way, because people can't move on, the song was...
I do have a lovely table.
The song was Castle Walls, so now we can finally move on from that dumb Castle song.
No, I never charged for an autograph.
I didn't like Billy Burr's posture during the song. He was slumped over like...
Was he trying to be
fucking Renaissance
Did I not
king?
explain myself? I just felt like I said on air. I said I felt like an asshole because not only have I trashed and made fun of that band, I was making fun of it on the way in, and then he comes in, he's fucking awesome, he's a great guy and everything. I was just one of those like, God, I'm a douchebag.
You did explain yourself perfectly, but I just wanted to trash you anyway about it.
I thought it was a too cool
I thought you
for
could
the
make
room
fun of my
kind
comedy
of
club T-shirt. I figured you'd go with that.
The
road hack.
That is pretty
Road
disgusting.
hack.
Why don't you move the mic closer, Carl? You're fucking leaning into it like a fucking porpoise.
The fact that Tommy Shaw, the fact that Tommy Shaw knew Jimmy Norton's material,
that hurts a little bit.
You knew Jimmy Zach?
Oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah, we saw you. We watched your DVD on the bus,
On the tour bus, yeah.
You know how it is. Celebrities recognize each other. What am I going to do? What happens? They all know the kid.
We got Jimmy Norton on the video.
We got...
Yeah.